Hey, it's Jacob. Welcome to this new video, and today I want to talk about neural networks. I want to basically talk about how they work and basically where we are at in history and where we're going, and basically whether or not it's a good thing to work with that technology, whether you should adopt it or not, right? Like as an inventor or as somebody who wants to sell AI products or create products or just want to get more, be more interested in AI, right? So the first thing is uh, this is when it kind of started so I'm going to simplify and I'm going to skip a few things, right? So please in the comment don't be like, oh no, this actually started a long time ago before that, right? Sure, but I'm talking about the big events. And for me, one of the big events was the AlphaGo thing. So AlphaGo is basically an AI based on neural networks that was playing Go. And Go is basically like chess, but more complicated. So basically, just to give you an idea, chess has about, I think it's 10 to the 60 possibility of games. So meaning 1, 0, 0, and 0, 0. And here you have 60 zeros, right? So that's the amount of the number of games possible that could be happening using chess, right? So this, let me change color here, and this is going to be called, this is chess, right? Now the number of atoms in the universe is 10 to the 85 approximately. So basically 1, 0, and then I'm gonna do it a little bit further here, because there is 85 zeros. This is here, right? You don't take the 1. But yeah, 85 zeros, that's the number of atoms. So let me write this down here. Atoms. Now, the number of possible... Why am I talking about that? Because Go is like chess, as I said, but it has more possibility. How much more? It has 10 to the 165, right? So again, this is like that, right? So 65, 165, right? So it's a lot more than the number of atoms in the universe, right? This is Go, the game of Go. And what ended up happening is the AlphaGo is basically the AI that beat one of the best player in the universe, called one of the best player on Earth, called Lee Sedol, right? And so he is really good, and he got beat up pretty, it was 4-1, I think. So he actually succeeded in winning a game. So that was pretty. I think that's the last time that anyone ever in the history of the world that beat the someone the an AI at Go, right? That was one of the last times, I think. I mean, there was a few things because we identified a few bugs after that, but by chance. And so there was a way where everybody could again beat AIs. But aside from that part, he was the last one basically. And now it's impossible to gain against an AI in Go, right? It has become like chess. So that's kind of the where the reason why this is, I think, one of the major events in history is because most people, they didn't think we were anywhere near that level, right? They thought that AI wasn't good enough to tackle that problem, because again, 110 to the 165 possibilities is just too much. And whatever if we create a computer that is just doing brute force kind of algorithms to figure out the best kind of play, it just doesn't work. There's just too many options. It would take way too long, and you could never play the game. So they thought we were maybe 30 years away from that, 20 years away maybe for the optimistic ones. And it happened in 2016, right? If I'm not mistaken. So 2016, that what happened. So, and again, yeah, that was like the neural network. That is basically the what they were trying to do, right? Like the people, it was people from the DeepMind, I think the name of the company is. They're a part of Google now. So basically, they basically wanted to demonstrate like the how powerful like neural network could be and how they could be used in technology and to basically create like things that are extremely smart. So that's what happened, and they actually succeeded in convincing a lot of people. And this is where we're at today. This is the second thing I think for me is Tesla. If you look at like what they're doing now, so basically they use neural network for like for the recreating like the external world using cameras. So basically the neural networks are just like interpreting based on like the input from the camera, like what the world actually is, so that it can be processed through like algorithms, right? And so this is based on neural networks, but like they didn't stop here. Right now what they are doing is they have like basically neural networks in order to take decisions. And that's something that is quite tricky, because now they just basically have like a bunch of neural networks. So this is what they have now, right? So of course I'm simplifying, and also like unless you're part of Tesla and working on the topic, then you it's difficult to know what they are actually doing and the way they do things. But like basically this is a neural network. You have like the cameras here, and then the output is basically driving, right? And they don't have much other types of like code than that, right? It's pretty much mostly neural networks, right? I'm simplifying here, obviously, but like we're kind of at that point. And if you look at like what they're doing, right now on YouTube, like you can see videos of like self-driving cars. Then that's what they were doing, right? Like I didn't talk about that, but like I'm talking about specifically like full self-driving, right? So and they are at the point where the rate of intervention is like going down drastically, and it keeps going down and down and down, right? So yeah, they have done a pretty good job at like doing something extremely complex that and they are pretty much there, right? Like it could take maybe a few years, maybe a decade, or I don't know, but like they have applied that technology, and they are like by far the best in the world, right? This is what I'm trying to say here. Like this is not like just, it's not necessarily that they've done it or they haven't done it. Like that's not the point of this video. This is just to tell you like they are the best in the world by far, and it's going to be very tricky for other people to actually like catch up to them, just because like they have accumulated an amount of data that is necessary here. That's how a neural network train, basically. Like it's with a lot of real world data, and then you train the neural networks, and then it makes the driving, like makes it better, right? So because they have all that data, and because also they've worked on with neural networks so much, they've accumulated all this experience into training things, and they have a lot of skills in doing that. So all of that combined makes it very difficult for other people to catch up, right? So why am I talking about this? So let's remove all that. This is just to explain that neural networks, they are a proven technology, right? At this point, we know they work. So what do I mean by that? This is not the best idea to like bet on a technology that is just that's completely new, right? Because you never know. Like maybe there are tricks to it. You don't know. Like maybe that can be applied to things, or maybe it's not that good, or maybe something better is going to come that is going to completely like disrupt that technology, right? This is not the case for neural networks here. they are proven technology, and we know they're not a bet, right? This is not something you're gonna bet on anymore. That could have been the thing in the past, but like right now it's not, right? So it's a good idea to use something that we know work, because we're not doing research. Like if you want to create an AI product or create something new, then you're better off like taking something that already work and we know work, and then build on it, right? And so that's what neural networks are right now. So that's why, like, and also that's so I'm saying, like, don't take something that is just a bet on a very new thing, right? A new technology. But also, like, don't take something that is too old, because then it's not going to be innovative, right? And for neural networks here, this is the right spot in time. Like, neural networks in 2016, they were a little bit new, but like today they're at the point where this is when you have like the best return on your investment here, because we're at the peak basically of that. After that, they're gonna be adopted massively, and then it's not gonna be something very new, right? Like they're not gonna be undervalued basically, and right now at the time, this is not something that has been adopted by a lot of people. Not a lot of people know how to work with neural networks. Like, maybe you see a lot of that in the media, maybe you hear a lot about it, but like most companies, like 99% of companies, they do not have that technology, right? Even if like we hear about it. Why? Because it's just not their thing. Like, they've been doing things the way that things have been done the entire time, and so they're not going to invest the time into learning like new technology where they don't necessarily understand it, or they don't think they have the skills. So basically, that was just to give you like a little bit of an idea of where we are at, and in my opinion, like the reasons why that's a good time right now to get started and not get left behind.